I'm looking for the swimmers on this map. Typically the subs, and you can see Hypnotoad. He's got his pistol out, so he's getting ready to go for in the water for sure.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes the water flanks can do a lot. I mean, if you watch the pros, sometimes they'll go up for a gunfight right there on that square, and then boom, next thing you know, they're all the way up on the bay side over here to the right of Long. But Long is going to go ahead and be running the Bell. Gun you don't typically see here inside of a league match. But hey, you know what? Great thing about it is it's not GA. And I do love watching players pull out something that's not the typical tack in Vaz. Sometimes it's fun to watch a Lachman sub get pulled out. The Bell I have not seen be pulled out ever. But hey, I mean, sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes those guns, having a different gun style, just throws off the other team because they're so used to playing the one type of gun style that, hey, this other gun, it plays entirely different. It just feels odd. It throws off the game for the other team.
It definitely does, and especially when it comes to a gun like the Vel, where it's a very up in your face kind of gun. You got to make sure that you're playing your distance against it, especially if you're using the Vazev. A Vazev is a great gun, especially because of its range, but at closer range, it definitely gets beat by the Vel.
Okay, and I did just get in word from Jims. Guess what? We always blame Jims for everything. He told us Shio is to blame for technical issue, Jims is to blame for everything else. And so we get to blame Jims for this one. Denver Surrender and Minnesota Floppr names are accidentally flipped on our side. So if we mess up a little bit, I do want to apologize. But for you guys, it should be a-okay. But the people in purple are actually Denver. So I know the colors are a little bit confusing for you guys, but it is what it is. As long as you guys keep that little mental note, we should be all right. But heading over to the next hill here, P3 is up and underway, and we have the side of Minnesota holding down this hill.
And you can see Crash McQueen right now just trying to push in, trying to get those P3 spawns up. But he gets gunned down by AW. And crazy, just watching the P1 right now, Minnesota has hill control by 3.
I'm sorry, I love it. I just love saying Minnesota. It's fun. It's fun to like put that little accent on it. I'm sorry. It's just it is what it is. But heading over, Denver are gonna go ahead and finally hop on top of this point, but Minnesota are answering right back. It seems like a back and forth battle, but so far P3 has been in the handles of Minnesota. And hey, this game has been very close, neck and neck, in this entire hold. Only a 10-point difference right now, and I think the most we've seen has been 11 points of a lead. So, I mean, that just goes to tell you it is a very close matchup so far. But Minnesota had a few good kills there, but Denver's coming in around back with Barat. Barat is trying to work down this entire side of Dome. We also have Crash holding down this top rock, which can be an amazing hold here alone. Can he keep this one up as he's having a great game to start here, 7-6, as he's looking to lead this team here on top of this point. Not typical you see an AR on top of this hill, but hey, they had no other choice. They had to get back in the game. And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that like what now? 3 different lead changes we've had so far this game?
This map has been very, very mixy, and Denver now with the lead, 20 seconds left on hill, and they're getting the scrap. But you can see the side of Minnesota already rotated onto P5, getting ready for that hill. You can see Long Silver just holding back spawns. Just Minnesota just ready to get back into this game. Hopefully get a full 50 on the full 60 on this P5.
Yeah, you know what I have to say? It is an amazing, amazing game so far, as the two teams seem to go ahead and go back and forth, and none of them are willing to let up on the steam. Sha Shaquille Oatmeal. I love that name. You know what? That's an amazing name. That is the most like ranked play, like random name you will see, and I'm so happy that's here. It brings me such joy to say Shaquille Oatmeal. But hey, the side of Denver is actually having the biggest lead we've had so far, over now a 50-point lead and growing. And you got to say, this is surprising. It hasn't been looking like this the whole time, but I mean, after this hill right here alone, we are going to go back into our first rotation. and go over to our second. As we're gonna head over to the P1 right now, ladies and gentlemen. The last hill is closing, the new hill is opening. A new world of beginnings, and the second rotation of hills can actually make a big difference. You see, this is typically when teams can start getting things a little bit more carried away here. They learn how the other team plays. They know how the teams like to play on each hill from last time, and now they know, all right, this is how we have to do this to counter it. So you love to see it, but here we go. Side of
And Snakes,
Minnesota.
we've seen our second unique gun in this game. I believe one of the players on the side of Denver pulled out a Lackman sub. So we've seen the Vel and the Lackman sub, which is very unusual.
Hey. The Lackman sub can be nasty. I know Shotzi has used it in ranked on alt accounts to troll around a bit. So it just goes to show you. And he can gun with it, but let's be honest here. Shotzi can gun with anything. But so far it's looking yet again back and forth. Minnesota did bring it a bit closer again, as it is only a 20-point difference. It's slightly growing now because Denver hopped on top of the point, so it's now a 24-point difference. But the side of Minnesota over here on top of the next rotation. Onto the P2 we go. And this is what we need to see out of Minnesota. They're bringing it right back into this game. Let's be fair, the only mess up they have had so far has been a few rotations that they could have completed. And you know what? The P2 rotation is looking a lot better than what they did. They're about to take another lead change here, as it is going head into tail, back and forth, tug of war matchup right now. Crazy Pills hitting down the far right side. It's going to be Root Beer able to find one. He's going to go ahead and start making this rotation, but he's going to actually apparently head back to go help. But at this point, I don't even know what happened. Somehow Denver all fell. A 3-man push fell into a 1-man push, and the last man is still standing, holding down the P5 side of this map. Oh, he almost just took out the AR from up top. He's trying to find this kill, but neither player's willing to let up. But Denver on top of the rotation now, looking to grow their lead off of this hill. Last time Denver did not make a very good P3 hold. Can they go ahead and do it this time? As they're looking to go ahead and tie it right back up. Only about a 15-point difference right now, and they're holding on pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, Denver's already set up on this. They took the first 30 seconds on this P3. They're trying to get back all the time they lost on P2. And they're doing a great job at it so far. 25 seconds left on this hill. And a Hypnotoad gets one, can't get the other, though.
Yeah, you know what? It's looking pretty good here, because now it's all tie game and another lead change going into the side of Denver. But the rotations to the P4 are what matter, and it's going to be Minnesota on top of the rotation. So, can they hold this one down? Watching down this water side is going to be Fizzy. Surprisingly enough, they had an SMG watching down that side. I don't know entirely why, but you do you. I'm all for it. I mean, this game has been interesting so far, so please keep it going. I mean, it's going back and forth. Both teams not willing to give up. As right now, Minnesota trying to get back this lead here. All is quiet, but little do they know, someone in the water is going to be towed. Of course, it'd be towed in the water. Of course, a man who has the name of a water creature. I
mean, can we just appreciate the gamer tags on the side of Denver? You got Toad, you got Crash McQueen, you got Borat, and Shaquille Oatmeal. I mean, the creativity points definitely go for the side of Denver.
Yeah, but so far the actual points go to the side of Minnesota, as they were up 206 and 190. A little bit of a Denver hold here on top of old, but they also have the rotation on top of new. 2 players here in the back, one on the point playing down the corner. But Fizzy looking for this flank here throughout the bat to clear things up a bit. Knows where the player is, just gonna call it out. Where was the comms? Player saw it and still nothing happened there. Just ran right in front of him. I don't know what that was, but hey, comm issues are issues indeed. Denver holding down this point so far, and with great success, they are now 30 points away from the win, but it's not going to close out quite yet. Minnesota back on a point. Neither team can win off of this one, so it could come down to the P1 and P2 hills if the teams keep doing it like they've been doing it. But Denver, they're on top of the point. They're not giving up quite yet. They're able to find yet another kill. 227 to 210, 228 now. Finally, Minnesota able to break the hill, but it's at the last few seconds. Rotation need to get out here. Fizzy trying to get a little bit of points here on board, but it's going to be Toad from the side of Denver on top of this P1 hill, trying to get control. 20 points away now. They can easily win it off of this one, but no, they're going to get broken by Minnesota. They're going to go ahead and hop on top of the point, able to find yet another, and they are only a single digits away from the lead. Can they make magic happen? They are playing more aggressive than ever, and now they have the lead. Another lead change here at the very end. Could this end the whole map, or will we have a P2? Can we see the side of Denver make a break? It is just kill galore on the side of Minnesota. It's going to be Toad. He's going to go on and start making a push up forward. He's going to fall to Fizzy. Fizzy on a 5. And Brought, can he find the kill? He's able to end the streak with 1 second remaining, but it's not enough. Minnesota able to hop back on, and they're going to take the win here. 250 to 232. Oh my gosh, what a crazy ending there, as Minnesota just found a great rotation there in the end, with Denver on attacking, Minnesota on defending. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get things started here. Let the games begin. So Crash is gonna be pulling out the sniper here, and this is where we want to see some action, but nope, it's gonna be shut down instantly from the truck hold.
And you can see the side of Minnesota now just going for a flank. And we pulled out the AK from the side of Minnesota. That's the 3rd unique gun we see in this matchup.
Yeah, you know what? Cast Top 545, it's actually pretty decent. I mean, it's more of a mid-range AR, not a long range. So, I mean, sometimes it can be very effective, especially if you're playing like a close quarter map. Sometimes on S&D, on Embassy, it's more of an SMG style. So pulling out a 545 can be very effective like it is right now. And that's going to be Minnesota. Picking up the first round here, going up 1-0.
Minnesota with a very, very strong start. I think it ended with not one player falling from the side of Minnesota, making it a clean sweep. And now they're on the defensive side. I'm looking to see some quick plays from the side of Denver to just tie it up right now. And I want to see how the side of... Oh, never mind. Minnesota's on offense. I apologize for that.
Well, you know what? Like we said before, I mean, no side here has a very crazy dominance for the for like it's not an attacking or defending map, but attacking rounds can be very crucial on this map as well, though, because those plants are so powerful and they can get you so far ahead. And speaking of plants, there it is, Minnesota finding that plant. A good kill there from Toad, just could not get the second one. Good double peek there as they're able to clear out this back lane. And now it's down to the 3v2. They see Crash McQueen. He's going to fall up to Barat. Barat with a sniper. It's not going to be an easy gunfight in this 1v3. Oh, he actually had that on the head, but just could not get off a shot. So, Minnesota going up 2-0 here, and you know what? They're looking very good.
And you know what they say, ask and you shall receive. And they asked for a quick plant, and that's exactly what we got there. As soon as you get a quick plant on B, it's very difficult to retake.
Yep, and you know what? It's looking like a great, great day. Dear Lord, are they having a series already? Minnesota up 2-0, and now they're back on their defensive side. We need to see Denver pick up a good round here. Only person to pick up a kill so far is Toad. So they need to pick up their slaying game. And you know what? If Denver are playing like they were last game, they can definitely do that. Well, they're able to pick up one. Good trades coming off their out. Shaquille Oatmeal. I wonder what flavor oatmeal that Shaquille Oatmeal would be, but he's gonna go in and pick it up. You know what? Maybe. Do you think it would be basketball flavored, or would it be giant flavored? I don't know. It's very confusing.
I would say it would probably be like cinnamon basketball.
Cinnamon basketball.
You see Crash McQueen now in the 1v1. He gets the kill. Snipes him on top of Orange.
Wow.
Was that a quick scope? What a kill by Crash McQueen.
We're about to see. Ooh, good. That's some good comms there to be able to find the trade. You know what? I think that was just very good awareness out of him. So you know what? You love to see it. That's when teamwork comes in handy, and Denver able to pick up their first round here. Though it was a little bit closer than they would like. That's fine. You will take any round you can get, close or not.
And now
Back on attack
we
for
see the side of
Minnesota.
Minnesota on offense. Can they get the quick plant as they did in their first round?
Well, it seems like it. There's like no B control on defense, and the people playing down Xbox, it's the number 2 in Barat, and he's just not picking up the snipes that he needs to pick up. I feel like he needs to take some of those risky shots for sure. Even if you feel like you're gonna miss, you gotta trust your shot. So you gotta do what you gotta do here on top of this side. But heading on over, Denver, Minnesota, both going back and forth. But so far, it's Minnesota controlling down this one, and it's gonna be another round for them, a 3-1 lead out of their side. Last time, whenever we saw this, it went to a 4-1 lead on last match, and then it went up out of nowhere to a 4-3 when the other team decided, hey, it's our turn. So will it be the same? Who knows? But Minnesota so far are having a nice little walk on the beach.
Minnesota definitely playing very confident. They're getting bombed down quickly, trying to have a great setup, which they do. And right now on the defense, I'm looking for at least one team to get B control. And you can see the side of Denver and the side of Minnesota fighting over A side more than B.
I don't want to see this keep on popping off. It's kind of going pretty well here from the side of Minnesota, but it is a 3v3. Surrender back on attacking. That's where they were able to win last time. Can they make it happen again? Can they find the success? Barat gonna hop up. He's now playing with a sub. Will it make a difference? Well, he did almost fall down there, but good comms there. Shaquille Oatmeal able to find that kill. 2 players here on the side of B. They can wrap this bomb around to the A site and get the plant, but do they know that? It does seem like it. They're gonna get gunned down before they can even have a chance for the rotation. We're gonna see the nice little read here from Fizzy, and Shaquille Oatmeal is gonna have to find a 3-piece in this game to be able to win it. He's already found one, so now he needs to find 2 more. Ooh, he almost saw the side of Crazy Pills, but not quite. It's going to be very risky. Oh, a great pre-fire, but it's not going to connect the shots. Minnesota go up 4-1.
I mean, that was great awareness by Shaquille Oatmeal, but very unfortunate that he couldn't get the kill. Had to go and pick up the bomb in order to plant it, and Minnesota just had all the time in the world to play with. It was just a very difficult situation for Shaquille Oatmeal, but definitely well done and a great try from his side.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? It's now 4-1. And you know what? We saw this in our last series as well. And Toronto was able to make a 2-round bring back. Well, but of course they did fall eventually, but those 2 rounds were a major. Can we see that out of Denver now? Well, that's a great snipe out of Borat. That's what we've been needing for him. That's what we've been wanting. Can he keep that up? He did fall though. So next round is a new story. A 2v3 on the side of Denver, and they are on the makeup game. Plant down on A, and a little bit slow with that one because a 2-piece is gonna come in. An amazing pickup there. Minnesota up 5-1, and they are on match point.
And Fizzy just going off right now, 10-1 from Fizzy. I mean, he's just stepped on the pedal and hasn't stopped.
Well, here we have it. This could be the potential last round. Denver had to play perfect COD every single round. They have to take it 1 round at a time and get each win individually. It's not impossible, but it is not easy. Probability is not on their side, but possibility is. Let's see how this one goes. With Minnesota back on the defense, it's been great for them so far. They've only lost 1 defensive round, and a great pickup kill automatically. But it's going to be Long Dong Silver, and the side of Crazy to fall. Fizzy trying to pick it up here. He's had a great match here on the S&D, and he's showing why. There's still 1 more player there. I think he does have the information, but Shaquille Oatmeal is here to help. Bomb is down. They need to be able to pick it up. It's down to the 2v2. As Toad's going to head up top roof.
And Fizzy's just 1 kill away from the cruise. He's probably playing his life right now. But I don't think they're aware that bomb is down near sign. Gets picked up by Toad. Does he go for the plant? Yes, he does. Minnesota now gonna have to retake the bomb site.
You know what? I feel like slowing down is gonna be the death of the side of Denver, and I was correct. There we have it. Defuse coming in Minnesota. They're gonna be glad to take it up 2-0 here in the series after an amazing win there. 6-1 in the search and destroy. A pretty dominant win out of them, and now they are going up in the series 2-0.
And gentlemen, we apologize for the delay, but we are back here on map 3 between the Minnesota Floppers and Denver Surrender. Right now, the side of Denver on the offensive side already get 2 picks on the B control. You can see Hypno is on the hill, and a 2-piece from Shaquille Oatmeal, make it a 3-piece. Right now, Denver just gas on the pedal right now, pedal to the metal. Get 1, get 2. It's a 30-23 advantage for the side of Denver in terms of lives. Already get 2 picks on B. Can they get the third? Yes, they can. 2 minutes on the clock to get control of the A point right now.
Yeah, and so far is a great hit coming out of the side of Denver as they're looking to go ahead and make a comeback here yet again. After going falling down 0-2, that's definitely what you want to see from them. You want to see them take that nice little quick hit onto B side, but now here comes the real challenge. You have to make this last site push, and Hotel is not very well known for being easy to make the push. It's not as hard as other maps, but it still isn't easy. So they're gonna have to work very well together here to be able to get this control.
And A point is definitely the easier point to get. I mean, Minnesota right now have a big task to do in order to keep Denver off of that A control side. And right now you can see 2 players from the side of Minnesota in control of Kitchen. And Crazy just gets 2 picks right now.
You know what? It's looking like a great start here so far from both sides here. They're both showing up pretty well, but Minnesota, they're kind of showing up a bit more on the A side defense. I mean, they've been able to hold them down at bay pretty well, and they're going to take the life count advantage. And they'll do it gladly. Crazy, he's on a 5-kill streak, looking to go ahead and grow that a little bit bigger as Denver. They may have to surrender here. 50 seconds left, and they haven't been able to even get close to 8 quite yet.
And Minnesota, just from going down 30-23 on lives, bring it back to 20-15 for their advantage. I mean, what a turnaround for Minnesota. Right now, just doing the best they can to hold those Kitchen Hill and making sure to keep Denver off of that A control. With 25 seconds left, Denver have to move on and try and get any kind of segment on A control in order to stop the time.
Yeah, you know what? Fizzy working on a streak of his own. Crazy was shut down, but Fizzy, he will not let that happen to him. He's going to find his 6th before he does fall. But finally, we do see the side of Denver on top of the point. This is the most we've seen out of them, but there we go. He's going to fall, and now it's right back onto the point here for the side of Minnesota, and a great round from them, only letting the B side fall and only letting Denver get 3 ticks on the board.
And great job for Minnesota for not losing composure and making sure, even though they lost B very quickly, down 7 lives from the start, couldn't get a pick, still playing very confident, bringing it back, and getting a good setup, making sure to stop side of Denver from getting any segment on A.
So far, so good. As you know what, now they have to get to their attacking side and hopefully be able to get more than 3 ticks. That is their plan. That is their wish. As I mean, of course, I mean, after watching that, Minnesota definitely are going to want the defensive round on if they go to a round 5. But I mean, like we've said before, it's not going to be an easy one for Denver. They don't have the better record on this map, and they're down 0-2. So they definitely have to find some type of momentum going into this one. Now, can they get it? Who knows? We're going to have to wait and find out. As looking at this one, though, Minnesota are having a great start here onto the B side, kind of like how Denver did. It is a little bit more calmer, though, than it was before, but still, in general, a pretty good push onto the B side.
And Minnesota got a 4-wipe. I mean, both teams definitely favoring trying to get that B hill quickly because it's definitely the more difficult control point to hold. But if you get it quickly, it's a much easier task for you to take over A. Now I'm looking for Denver to repeat what Minnesota did to them and make sure they get kitchen control and have Minnesota spawn out and take control of that A. hill.
Yeah, and it is very crucial to have that kitchen control, and that is why kitchen control on this map for A does so much wonders for you. And if you can make sure they can't get that kitchen, then they most of the time are limited to either a very long flank, which will waste down the time, and they don't have a lot of those, which means it's pretty much a one chance opportunity for that flank, or they have to hit you directly from carpet, which is an easy response. But Toad, oh my gosh, that could have been a huge highlight play, but Minnesota have the break here. And now Denver has to stop them from getting this tick. They don't want the side of Minnesota to have the tick, but it's too late. That's already Minnesota having more ticks than the side of Denver. So even if they lose this round, hey, it's looking a lot better for them than it did Denver. And there it is, 2-0 here in the control, beaming left and right, and having a field day as Denver. I feel like they're losing their mental and they're losing their patience a little bit. They need to get back into this game, and they need to start it off with having a strong mental game. If you are gonna let those few losses and close matches get to your head, then you are not gonna be able to make this comeback. So that's what we need to see out of them.
And Fizzy and Crazy just frying on another level right now, making sure playing very composed. As soon as the side of Minnesota got 3 down for Denver, 3 of them hopped on the hill trying to get it as quickly as possible. Only took them around 12 seconds to get the entire A point, and just a great round from Minnesota, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and you know what? I have to say, it's actually a lot smarter here from Denver. They're gonna try going for the A site now. They know Minnesota were gonna play heavier defense on the B site, so they're like, let's get rid of this A right away. I think I hear that cruise coming in. Maybe yes, I do. Okay, I'm not dumb. And that's why the side of cruises on hotel is so difficult. You have to hit it at a perfect angle on that window for it to work. And sadly, it's not going to do much wonders for them there. I don't think Fizzy really needed to use it there. I would have said, hey, just let the A site go. It's fine. We got B site control, and we'll just win off of here. But hey, you know what? It's looking a lot better for the side of Denver on the B side than it did anywhere else. As it's already 2 down for Minnesota. They're going to start stacking this point. That's 2 on the hill alone as they look for the control here. They killed the person
And
on bedroom,
Snicks,
and now the push is coming through.
take a look at the live Snicks. It's 30-16. Denver haven't died once this entire round,
I
and I
actually
just
had no
jinxed them.
idea. There it is. There it is. But like, no, that's still impressive. Denver, they just had an amazing round there. Oh my. That
If
puts
you want to
Denver
come
now
back,
up
that is
3
how
by
you
3.
come back.
Honestly, you know what? I feel like they made the right change there. Denver are now up 3 here in the ticks. So I mean, hey, that's impressive. They only lost 2 lives that entire round, which means even if, let's say they tie on the on the sorry, if they tie on the live or on the ticks, I feel like that round alone could actually just settle Denver for getting defense. The question is, does Denver really want defense after that amazing attacking round? Question is can they repeat that? And I mean, it's a little bit of a risk, but I gotta say, I think if we go to round 5, no matter which side Denver gets, they actually have a pretty solid chance.
And regardless, Denver have to win this defense in order to get around 5. Minnesota just 1 round away from sweeping the series. And Hypno just on fire right now, frying, playing around couches. I mean, just great kills overall from the side of Denver. Can he get the guy on hot tub? No, he gets gunned down. Minnesota right now, on fire.
You gotta say this though, the side of Denver have had a few good answers back here. Notice, typically by now, at least 1 tick's on the board. No ticks on the board quite yet, and we still have 40 seconds in the match. So I mean, hey, that's new. Definitely not how it was looking like before. I guess Minnesota taking a slower approach. Is it working? Maybe. I think that distraction actually really did help set up the B side, but leave it to Borat to almost find the piece. Oh my gosh, 1 HP from Crazy. And that's an easy pickup kill for Hypno.
And Hypno right now just playing top bed, trying to get as many picks as possible. He does get Minnesota off of the B point and clearing that segment. Minnesota have a decision to make right now. Do they continue pushing B, or do they go on A, the easier point to cap, and get another minute on time?
Honestly, this is looking like a great round from Denver. Like I said, they had to recollect themselves mentally, and that's it. Seems like exactly what they did. Now, can this response come in? There he goes. Their comms are on point, that's for sure. They're responding to each other very well, and each player on the side of Denver is having a great round. And now, this should be enough. If they can just stop them here, this could be enough. It's gonna be enough. They're gonna get defense on their round 5, which is exactly what they want after that amazing round. Dear Lord, only allowing 1 tick on the side of Minnesota. That puts them up by 2 ticks here, which gives Denver the defensive round. An amazing play overall from the side of Denver as a whole team. Each and every player were popping off, especially on the side of Toad and Crash. They both were just deciding, hey guys, don't worry. We got you. We'll get the 2 pieces and all that, and we'll get a lot of damage across so you guys can pick up my trade. I feel like my favorite part about that all was you could just tell by the way they were playing. They had great comms there.
They definitely did. I mean, Crash McQueen with a huge 3-piece at the end to clear him off A and make sure they get guaranteed that they get the defense, especially after that great defensive round. As you said, I mean, to be doubtful and wanting to have an offensive round after a great offensive round, to be playing another defensive round that well, I mean, Denver just looks unstoppable right now.
Yeah, no, that's a great cruise there. That's typically not something that happens. And oh, he was 1 kill away from getting yet another streak on the board. That would have been amazing action if he was able to use his last streak, be able to pick up a kill, and get a second streak to use on this round. But just not going to be capable of happening. But so far, a good clearance looking out from Denver. Borat going to wrap around Freezer side. And you know what I have to say? Letting them take A like this may actually work out a lot better for them. I feel like letting them take the A site, let them open up to getting their defense more solid, because I felt like on B site they were playing very well together. So I don't know. Hopefully it will be enough for Denver, but Minnesota don't want to go to a map 4. That's for sure. They want to close it out right here, right now. So it's all up in the air, but Denver still fighting on with a tooth and nail. Borat playing down this bottom bedroom, and it's looking like a great hold from him. Never
And one
mind.
of the most important things, one of the most important things when it comes to this B control site is bedroom control. Which team gets bedroom control? Right now, it seems like Minnesota have it. But if the side of Denver gets bedroom control, they can spawn out Minnesota all the way to kitchen. It takes them a much longer time in order to get to the B point. They can also hold the catwalk and the cross and make sure they get a good setup. So I'm looking for Denver to get bedroom control right now and spawn Minnesota out.
Now, something that works out so well for the attacking side is if you can get the main room control and hold down front desk and start snaking it, you can make a round very good for you, because then you get the spawn trap in, and now they have to focus you instead of everybody else. But hey, great round from Crash yet again, but he has to hop this point here any second. There we go. He's able to find a fist. Can he find a streak again? He's so close to getting a Toad trying to help him out here. Can he get the bait? Can Toad bait them out? Well, you got to be careful. There's someone right here. Will he find the kill? He knows someone's there. He finds another streak. Crash is going crazy. He's having a 27-17 game. He just now finally died. It's all up to Shaquille Oatmeal. He has to hold him down a little bit longer. They're about to clear this up. Streak's gonna come in. Will it be fast enough? 2 streaks. They're double streaking it. And trying to clear up the top side, it's not going to work out. But hey, they're able to clear the point. Crazy Pill still playing down the top plat. It's going to come down to the wire. Still 40 seconds remain. Minnesota do have less lives, but they are so close to getting this tick. The team needs to go ahead and find the kills off of Denver. There it is. Crash with a 2. He's on a 4. Can he find yet another streak? He's 2 kills away from a 3rd streak this game. Toad having another great kill. It is all down to the wire.
And Crash McQueen playing more like Lightning McQueen. I mean, Kachow in here, bro. This guy's going nuts. 2 streaks, almost getting the 3rd. He's 2 away. He's on the flank right now. He gets 1. Can he get the 2nd? He sees him on bar. He gets it. Does he get it?
Oh, he didn't get the streak. He didn't get the streak, but I think that's because one of the streaks were 2 of the kills were by cruise missile. So that's why. He got
and
the
Denver
first 2
surrendered. Forces a map 4.
Dear Lord, what a round. Dear Lord. is if you're spawning here, you're gonna see the far right hit onto the tunnel and the far left hit through farm. They try to flip down the spawns, and typically one player will try to send a distraction towards the P1. So it does suck to spawn on that side, but it is what it is, and that is why. I mean, it is just a pure lockdown area. It let one person get by. Nope, that's not going to be allowed. Well, starting things off, Minnesota having a strong showing, only allowing one death to go their way.
And we have seen the return of the mighty Vel in the hands of Minnesota right now. I mean, if any map is good for the Vel, it's definitely Mercado. I'd like to see Denver pull out the Lackman sub and kind of balance it out.
You know what? I have to say this though. The side of Mercado's is like a pretty even map. It's not AR dominant, it's not SMG dominant. I feel like it's the most even map we have for like the sub and AR role. Where they can all like have their own moments. Of course, each area is a bit more dominant. Like for example, this P2 that we're at right now is more of a SMG type area. But then you get over to the P3-ish area, playing the outside there. That's a great AR area, especially because there's a hill, I believe, what is it, P5? That's the outside yard. It's a great AR area there too. So that's my favorite part about Mercados is it doesn't matter what role you run. Any role can really pop off on this map.
And even on hills like P2 where it's more sub-dominant, if you have someone like Crazy Pills watching hedges from the top window, I mean, that's a great spot for ARs to hold and give more leeway for the subs to just soak hill time and play around the tunnel area.
So rotations are coming the way from both teams. And a great play there by Long Dong to go ahead and pick up the kill. But there we go, Shaquille Oatmeal able to find a 2, and he's on a 3 streak right now. He's actually helping the team lead the charge as he's going 6-4. He needs to keep it up though a little bit more. And you know, a bit of a surprising setup there. No one's really playing down that door, and you know, I wonder. I'm surprised no one is playing down the Shotzi top position on top of that door to help. But oh, a great piece there. Shaquille Oatmeal, though, is still popping off. He's on a 5. He may get a streak here very early here inside of the game. And the rest of the team needs to help him out on getting these kills. But he also is in direct line sight of the one door. And that's going to make him fall. There it is. Finally, Minnesota break this hill. And they're going to keep their lead. They're not going to give it up quite yet.
And rotations are so important on this Mercado hardpoint. You can see teams that typically rotate early on hills tend to get the first 40 seconds and lose the last 20 seconds of scrap while rotating to new. You can see Minnesota already set up for this Barber Hill. Crazy Pills is watching Alley. They're trying to get ready and soak up full 60 if possible, as Fizzy is on the hill right now, waiting for a push from Alley.
You know what? I have to say, it's looking pretty good from the side of Minnesota so far. And Denver, they're just going in, playing off of each other. That's now 3 kills off of the side of Denver. It's all down to Root Beer. Root Beer able to find the kill there. And now, this is what Denver needs. This is actually a great hill. And this hill, it can be... It's not necessarily a money hill because it gets contested a lot. But at the same time, it is so hard to break. So it has like that money hill style. But it does get contested a lot to where you can't really get an easy full 60 on it. But overall, though, it is a great hill. But heading over to the yard, this is, like I said, the best area for an AR. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but it's okay. I couldn't find another rhyme there. I was trying, man. I was trying. But
I mean, Minnesota going for the early rotations, but Denver just break it instantly, and now Denver have a great hold. They can come back and take the lead on this hill with a good hold. You can see Shaquille Oatmeal getting 1, Borat just watching Dark, and his teammate just watching over him. I mean, Denver takes the lead now. Minnesota are a little scrappy, 30 seconds left. If I were the side of Minnesota right now, I'd look for rotations on to the P5 hill. P6.
You know what?
My apologies.
Oh, good. You know what? I have to say that these other Iron players that they are watching, they're like, write that down, watching this Bell plays. They're like, we gotta find it. We gotta make the class. Because dear lord, is Long Dong like just built different with a Vel? I swear, every time we watch him, he'll pull out. He just has that Vel and boom, it's just so quick. The time to kill on that thing. It kind of feels like the Bass, like a up close version of the Bassnet before it got nerfed. You know, like dear lord.
It definitely does, and if someone has great movement speed, I mean, Long just getting a kill from Ali as if he's using the TAC 56. I mean, come on. Can he get another? No, he gets shut down by none other than Crash McQueen. But Crazy Pills gets his trade, and right now, Minnesota on the hill with the lead once again.
You know what? I have to say, Denver have been able to bring it back up and close, but every time it's not looking good for Minnesota. And Minnesota did actually get stuck there on the reload, which allowed the Denver player to be able to break it. And now Denver can't get the lead off of this one, but they can get it close to about a tie game, which is what they need. Oh, no, never mind. It's going to be broken. So it is going to be a little, like maybe a 2-point difference if they can hold the time, but they should be able to so far. So there we have it. 3-point difference here heading over to the farm. Minnesota do have the rotation, though. Shaquille trying to get ready. He's going to get eaten up by Carr's side by that player playing down the alley heady. And this is also, honestly, I feel like this could be the closest thing we have to a Money Hill. Because if people set up right, this alley hit is so difficult. You spawn so far away. And so, I mean, it's the best thing we have to a Money Hill. And honestly, I have to admit, I kind of think the spawns on this hill alone are very unfair for Mercados.
And Root Beer on a forestry accidentally gets his teammate, but he's definitely trying to get that cruise missile, which can be very useful on many hills on this Mercado.
Yeah,
can he get the second? Yes, he can. Root Beer does get the kill, and he gets the glide bomb. I mean, Root Beer right now.
This is looking a lot, almost exactly like how the first hardpoint went. Only difference is the first hardpoint was like barely even getting past the 10-point marker, every now and then 20-point. Right now, the second, like the end of that one was more of a 20-point difference each time, and like getting close to a tie game, and then after that, like going back to the 20-point difference. So it feels very similar to our first hardpoint match, but Denver need to find some type of opening here. At least in that first hardpoint, Denver had like multiple lead changes with Minnesota. I don't think Denver has had the lead except for like what, once maybe not even once in this map.
I believe Denver only had the lead on that P5 hill where they broke the setup for Minnesota, but it's always been very close. Denver has always been able to get the scraps off every hill, keeping it within range. It's now only a 30-point game, and Denver already have the P2 spawns, and they could bring it back with this hill, because P2 is considered one of the money hills in this map.
Well, for sure. That's the thing about Mercado. It's like a lot of hills on this map are considered money hills. P2 can be a money hill. Like we said before, that P6 hold on to Farmers Market, or sorry, I think is that P7?
It's P7 yet.
Okay. That hold right there can be a money hill if you have that player playing down that alley, and all because the spawns are so far away, and then like I say the farther from being a money hill, but it's still technically a money hill, is that P4 because that little tiny room there in the corner is just so hard to break.
I mean, with a great setup around Barber, it's just if ARs are watching the cross, making sure mid-map is held, the alleyway is held, it's very difficult to enter and contest the point. However, the point itself is very wall-bangable, and it's easy to get kills once you've broken that setup. So it's all about breaking that setup on Barber.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? I have to say, it's not looking too good for Denver. They have now just lost to the 200-point lead, or not 200-point lead, 200-point marker to Minnesota. Minnesota now have this one, and it's going to have to be almost a perfect one. And a cruise missile is shut down by the trophy. And where were the comms? The cruise was out. You might as well tell them where the players are if it's not going to get the kills. What was that? That was a break and a half. Minnesota, definitely a few issues there. And I have to say, compared to the last match and compared to this map, if I can compare the two teams, it looks like Denver had the better comms. Just Minnesota seems to be able to hold down the points here on Mercado a little bit better. But of course, Denver, they're going for the full 60 here. That's the first time they have a touch there, so they're getting, but it is a pretty close to being a good 60-point hill there. As we're going to see the side of Denver making their rotations already. Their rotation game is a lot stronger now. You know what? If you're going to do it, better late than never.
And that's the beauty with Mercado. I mean, you can be down 60, 70 points and then just one good hill hold, 160, and you're back in it just like that. I mean, a 13-point game right now on P4, and Denver does have
Wow.
control of P4 as well.
And Toad buying the time for his team. But he's having to run off of the hill here, but so close to taking the lead there, but it's not going to work out. Fizzy going to lay down on top of the point. He can still win off of this. We need a break from Denver here and now. It needs to happen, but all the players from Minnesota so close, but Denver are able to break the hill. They're able to keep it contested here for a little while, and they're still winning the gunfights. No one's letting it get by, but they can't win off of it. They're going to need to hit the rotation, and that's exactly what their plan is. Crash is going to stay behind, though, to make sure they don't get any extra points. And as you can see here now, all these rotations are heading over into Toad, but Toad can't find the kill. Everybody else is trying to get there in time. You have to find the break. You have the lead, and you need to just break it at least once. You have to regroup up, and you have to go. Here we go. They're spawning very close to it now, though. This is what they want. They have a good pinch set up here. They just need 2 kills to be able to make a break. There we go. That's 1. They're getting very close here, but Minnesota does have the lead yet again. Shaquille Oatmeal able to find 2. That's 2. That's a 3rd. That's the break they needed. It's not over. It is not over, ladies and gentlemen. They should be able to take the lead here. Everybody else is running from the side of tunnel. Here comes the mid cut. Oh no, Crash McQueen looked away at the wrong time. Talk about call timing, but it's not over yet. 247 to 242. 1 more point. We're going to match 5.
And what seemed impossible, Denver pulled it off. Being down so much on that P3, grabbing a full 60 on P3, grabbing a lot of time on the Barber Hill, and then breaking that P5 hill. I mean, just great performances out of Denver.
Here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Denver versus Minnesota. Denver working on that reverse sweep as they are on the attacking side here for a CeeLo. They're able to pick up the first blood, but it is instantly traded out here by the side of Long Dong Silver. Let's see how this one will fall under here. I'm yet again Snicks, brought along with my co-caster Blupsy, as we look to go ahead and get some of this COD Rec League action.
And Sticks, I want to know your expert opinion. Would you pull out a sniper on this map? We've seen Crash McQueen just getting the first blood with a sniper, but I don't think it's a very favorable map for snipers.
It's not the favorite, but it actually is a very good map for snipers. A sniper alone can control down either the tower side all by himself, and he can control down the B side by himself, depending on which one area you want to play. Most people you'll see want to have a sniper on top of the B side. That way, the rest of the team can just focus the A side, and it works out a lot better. Especially when it comes down to the defense side. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Crash hit that defensive side, but hey, Crash, a good pickup there. He did pick up a gun. So he's not just rocking with that sniper anymore. It's down to the 1v1. As the plant's going down, few seconds remain. And Root Beer now knows where he is, able to find a good kill there. And that's some great COD patience there. You don't see that often, especially in the Iron League. So you know what? You love to see it from Root Beer, playing like a top IQ player.
Definitely. And then Root Beer just noticing that he can't see where the bomb is being planted, which means that the side of Denver have to plant. They don't have an option to go to B. So he knows he's around the A bomb site. He just waits for him to peek, push out, and he gets a pick on him after. I mean, just a great play from Root Beer.
Overall, a great play from both teams, though. I mean, it was a lot closer than we've seen any of the matches go in the original map, too. The question is, where's Crash McQueen going to go? Well, it looks like he's going to play down a bit more towards the B side, playing down this long. So, like we said before, the sniper can control B all by himself, but the question is, will it be the right answer here today against this Minnesota Floppr team? We're about to find out. Well, he's able to find 2.
And you get the third.
I don't know. I mean, he's playing down the top side, and this is a pretty smart position here to play. You get the entire control, plus you also get to see him control down the alleyway here towards the B site in case they decide to rotate over. let the rest of the team be able to pick up the kills. But Shaquille is going to pop off, find another kill there. It's all up to Fizzy. Fizzy's going to find that kill, but now the comms are out for where Fizzy is, which means Crash McQueen can figure this out. He's going to know that they picked up bomb. And so now it's all down to the A-side plant. Crash is going to play it very slow, play it safe, but he only has an X12 pistol to work with here. He's going to pull out the sniper, though. Check it out. Good little position here. Oh, only the hit marker is out, and that's not going to work out. What a great play from Crash, though. I was sure he had that one.
I mean, great awareness from Crash. He knew where he was. He just got a very unlucky hit marker, and then Fizzy with the great reactions turns on him, gets the kill, makes sure that he kills him because Crash McQueen had his pistol out and he was ready to finish the kill. But Fizzy, just great reactions, has bombed down, and Minnesota go up 2-0.
Yeah, great little rounds here from Minnesota as they look to go ahead and keep up this runs so far. But here we go. Going on to yet another attack round for Denver Surrender. Both rounds have been very close. Denver just have not been able to close it out. But Crash has been leading the charge here. We asked, is that sniper going to be the right play? And so far, it seems like it's going to be, especially with some planning on the B site. It could be a great play. A little bit of a weird area to plan at. I would say you may want to plan on the other side so you get that truck view. But it is what it is, and a great play by Root Beer. Outwitting the sniper and winning on a long-range gunfight. That is truly impressive, and oh no. Fizzy's gonna fall there. It's all down to the 1v1 yet again, and yet another kill for Root Beer. Root Beer has had now three 1v1s in a row that he has won.
I mean, Root Beer just going crazy, defusing the bombs, being very, very confident under pressure. Doesn't matter. He gets the kill, has enough time to get the defuse, and he gives Minnesota a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, every round has come down typically to Crash versus Root Beer, except for that last round, and Crash has won it every time.
Root Beer has won it every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Unless
I'm looking at Crash McQueen right now. I really hope that he has the sniper out because he's been doing wonders with it.
well, here we go. I feel like the rest of the side of Denver need to kind of step it up a little bit here. They're playing a little bit slow. They need to be able to play the frags that they know they can play. And that's what's truly important here right now. Here we go. Still down to the 4v4. Shaquille Oatmeal able to find the first blood here. That's what we need to see out of Denver. First bloods are very crucial. In fact, I believe Denver, most of these rounds have had the first blood, but they have lost it. Still, and yet again, this is why they find one and then it's just like two more fall. And Crash is not the player you want to fall if you're Denver. So now Shaquille O'Neal stuck to try to get an ace. He's able to find that second kill there. He's gonna hop on down, trying to see if he can find the third. As the plant goes down, he's gonna run around pool tables, see what he can find here. Oh, a nice little peek there, but nothing's going to go the way so far, and it's a very tough gunfight for Shaquille as he's looking to find the plays to make the wins.
And Minnesota just playing great SND right now. Shaquille just trying to push from kegs. Side of Minnesota probably hurt him, and just Minnesota doesn't matter if they get first blooded every single round. They just stay fully composed. They play together, give each other the call outs, and whenever they have bomb down, they have a great setup. Whenever they need to defuse the bomb, they clutch up. I mean, Minnesota right now on fire.
Well, it's looking like a little bit of a stronger game mode so far, as the two seem to be firing on all cylinders. But overall, a great start to the map from Minnesota, as they seem to be the ones closing out the matches and rounds. Well, Minnesota don't want to get reverse swept today, and they're trying to see if they can stop that from happening. And can they finally end this cold streak of map 5s? We're about to find out, as they are up 4-0. And they're playing it very smart and safe. They know they have the control here, and you know what? I feel like we need to see a Minnesota first bloods that way Denver can get a win because apparently the first bloods from Denver has not been the solution, and you gotta check your corners, and that's why it's a very valuable lesson. Check the corners. Well, Barat is gonna find that kill, but he's not gonna check. Oh my gosh, what was that? Oh, I feel like both sides kind of had a little bit of a fun party there, but it is what it is as we look to go ahead and see if Minnesota can close it out here. We are on the round 6, and it could be a clean sweep here, 6-0, on top of the search and destroy to close out this match.
I mean, if we've learned anything about Denver, they're the masters of reverse sweeps. So can we see Denver put up a 6-0 run after this and come back and take it all? Or will Minnesota just end it right here with a clean 6-0?
Here's the thing. I feel like Denver, their S&D needs a lot of work so far, but their respawns have been powerful. If they can convert how they play on respawn over to the S&D, they can be an amazing team here in the playoffs. But looking out otherwise, finally a first blood for Minnesota. And you know what? Maybe now we'll see a Denver round win. That's what we were needing the whole time was a Minnesota first blood to see if that could switch things up, and it has happened. So 2v2. And of course, the guy you don't want to be, the two you don't want to be alive from Denver, Shaquille and Crash are both alive. The two players that have been doing great for this team on the S&D. But also the two from the side of Minnesota, going 9-1, 5-4, Crazy Pills and Root Beer are also alive. So it's like the top two fraggers from each team facing off, and Crash is going to fall. So it's all up to Shaquille. Shaquille can't find the kill. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, Minnesota are going to close it out 6-0 and cancel out the reverse sweep from Denver Surrender.
And Minnesota just ending that streak of losing map buyers, clutching up on that S&D, and winning 6-0. It seems like Minnesota probably were working on those